Hello everyone, my name is Ned Finn. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the stream, and welcome to a little bit of good old early morning Isaac. We are going to go for a random run this morning. See where things take us, and they take us to Judas. We can work with Judas. I think we try to hit credits today. How does that sound, folks? I'm also going to do something crazy. Jump on. Yes, you have frog legs. I thought I was going to start streaming at 9:45 as well, and then I pushed the stream. Well, initially I was going to stream it at 9:30, and then I pushed the stream back, and then I realized that I could start streaming early anyway. And so I did. So hello, welcome to the stream. It's a little early. I heard footsteps. It's very strange. Hello, Matto. Good to see you in chat as ever. No bombs, so no getting through that fancy door. Or into that rock, rather, not door. Although... Ayy! Oh, and a spare key. We love to see it, folks. We truly do. How's everyone doing this fine Wednesday morning? Oh, this is empty. Okay. I am doing just dandy, although I do feel that I have someone... What is this? Dummy? Punching bag. Scapegoat. I have rather learned my lesson vis-a-vis Civ 5 shorts. Hello, Noku. Good to see you in chat once again. Playing a little bit of The Binding of Isaac this morning. Oh, breakfast. What are you having for breakfast this morning, Matto? My wife was good enough to make me pancakes this morning. It was delicious. Well, Noku, that is demonstrably not the case, although that might be what YouTube is showing, because these things do have little delays at times. But we also have... Matto and Froglegs here. So a full garden of beans this morning. Which, you know, we love to see. Sausage biscuit sounds like a good time. I'm trying to think, actually, if I have my coffee. If there's still coffee in my coffee cup out in the living room. The small rock? Yes, I will take that. Thanks for the offer there, game. Okay. And Tech X? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Small Rock and Tech X usually have cereal or bread with just eggs and butter. Hey, man. Nothing wrong with a simple meal to start the day. But you know, I have learned my lesson with my my Civ 5 shorts. I think I still have one finished and in the can, so that's still going to go up tomorrow. But after that, I think I'm going back to more fertile fields. We're learning our lessons slowly but surely. Stellaris shorts, good. Sims 4 shorts, very good. Morrowind shorts, surprisingly good. Civ 5 shorts, less good, but that's okay. Well, Froglegs, I appreciate you swinging by. I truly do. See, I'm a Toaster Tarts man myself when it comes to off-brand Pop-Tarts, courtesy from that most wonderful of German institutions, the Aldi. Cat O' Nine Tails. I don't even need any of these things. Wish I hadn't gotten hit, but whatever. That is somewhat of the issue with what I've been trying to do recently, which is kind of get the shorts worked out ahead of time. Because I don't know how a particular subject matter is going to do. But yeah, after yesterday's short dragged itself kicking and screaming to a grand total of 426 views. The current one is sitting at a hideously disappointing 2. But that's okay, because the last Sims 4 short did quite well, so it is what it is. In any event, y'all aren't here to listen to me ramble about my metrics. Yes, Matto, what is up? Y'all are here to watch me do poorly at a game I used to do so well at. Although, again, this is shaping up to be a potentially quite successful run. I did indeed, Matto. Like I said, my last Sims short did quite well. Crazy Facts, Subnautica 3 is confirmed to have a remade version of the Reaper. Now, were there Reaper Leviathans not in Sub-Zero? I would not know. I have not played Sub-Zero. Although I did see it's on sale currently. And once I'm done with OG Subnautica, that's probably going to be me done with Subnautica for a little while. Although I do feel like I'm getting close. I'm getting close to some kind of something resembling progress on that particular front. Telekinesis, power of the mind? Oh, I know what that is. I'd prefer Book of Belial, to be honest with you. Sims shorts. Bread to starving children, they eat it up. Not universally, but they do tend to do fairly well. I'll take it. I'll take a nice box of stuff, especially after the disappointment that is telekinesis. What an unfortunate arena room. Bombs and spiders and a couple of blue flies. I mean, the blue flies are nice, but they don't really make it worth it either. Should not have been hit there. That could have been predictable. Or that was predictable. Not could have been. Was. Plain and simple. Oh, telepills. Cool, I was literally brought to the next room over.
Hematemesis.
Hematemesis is not useful to me right now, but it's not... So, Matto, interesting that you should say that. So, for the longest time, the Sims team had been talking very ambiguously about something called Project Renee, which was largely believed, or largely thought to be, ooh, did not necessarily mean to pick that up, but I'm not mad about it either. Project Renee was widely thought to be The Sims 5, the code name for that, project. Apparently we've learned very recently that, Project Renee is not The Sims 5. It's some other Sims-adjacent thing that's going to have, like, an online mode to it. So, as of right now, it seems like The Sims 4 is kind of the Sims game that we're stuck with, which I am very much of two minds about. Because on the one hand, it is to avoid kind of the perennial issue with The Sims as a franchise, which is you end up with, like, you know, I mean, The Sims 4 has been around for 10 years now, you know, lots of packs, lots of expansions, people have sunk a lot of money into this one game, with lots and lots of expansion content of all sorts, seasons, supernatural creatures, you know, some kind of college expansion, some kind of pets expansion, and then the new Sims game comes out, you know, potentially with quite a few gameplay improvements and stuff, but it's the base game once again. Which means that all of that, you know, you have to wait again to repurchase all the stuff that you had in the previous game. And it seems like the Sims team is wanting to avoid that happening this time around, so they're just sticking with and building on The Sims 4. And for all that, I think that there's an upside to that. You know, that's certainly no bad thing. The problem is that a new Sims game gives an opportunity to make those core gameplay improvements, right? And like, I think between The Sims 3 and The Sims 4, there is a phenomenal Sims game. Just 1, 2, that's a devil deal. I will take that. Ooh, it's the Angel Room. Even better. Invincibility at a cost. Still don't want that. Book of Belial still feels better. I will take Mr. Squeezy. And what are you? Just coins. And a bomb. Which I will take. Swallowed penny. Okay. I can live with that. What was I going to say? Like, as much as there are things that I vastly prefer about The Sims 3 to The Sims 4, The Sims 4 made improvements. Do not get me wrong. The Sims are much smarter about navigation, for instance, which for someone who likes to build tiny homes, that's huge. You know, the game engine has been optimized to allow way more Sims on a single lot, which means that social lots feel much much more lively. You know, like in The Sims 4, you know, you go to some place that's labeled as a hotspot, and there's like 3 other Sims and a bartender there, and that's it. And it's like, this is your hotspot? I wouldn't want to see it on a night where it's dead. You know, obviously, build buy mode is huge, a huge improvement from The Sims 3. In so many ways, it's so much more of a seamless experience. You know, there's like a generational leap, right? In excuse me, a generational leap in like mechanical quality. And without a Sims 5 on the horizon, you don't get an opportunity to have that kind of leap. I need to go for, like, the smaller laser clusters is what I need to be doing. And so I do really think that there is that trade-off to it. But we'll see. It does sound like the Sims team is investing... Indeed, Matto. In fairness, I'm surprised too. This is kind of the, you know, there's a certain momentum, I think, that shorts pick up And Lord knows how any of these things are actually determined. But it's fascinating, to say the least. Binky. Well, the next level is loading. I'm going to take a nose-blowing break. Matto, to answer your question, Lord only knows, but that's where, you know, that is the source of a fair few of those new subs. But it is my hope that with The Sims 4 kind of being the core Sims title, for the foreseeable future, that they will invest in kind of addressing some of the core issues that exist in the game. Like, I don't think we're seeing color wheels. I don't. Like, create a style is definitely out the window. You know, and we've all kind of learned to live with that. I do think that, like, swatch variety has improved over time. Well, that's very exciting. I suppose that makes sense. Now, why do I have a little question mark in the corner of my screen? Which I suppose y'all can't see. It occurs to me that because of the way that I have my my stream set up, y'all can't actually see the map. But that's okay. Y'all don't need to see the map, only me. It means that y'all can't call me out for missing really obvious secret rooms. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna say something shortly. But yeah, creative style, out the window. I don't think that we're getting... I mean, if The Sims 4 has added a lot of things that have been requested. You know, like, the game launched in a rough state. I mean, Matto, I don't know, you know, your exact age situation, but, like, The Sims 4 came out 10 years ago. Now, it came out in 2014, and it launched in a rough state. There were... Evil Eye shot, okay. No pools, no toddlers, no basements. I think that the total number of floors you could have in your house was limited. You know, there was one less one less world. New Crest hadn't been added. The map screens looked awful. Because they were completely desaturated. They were without color. And yeah, let me see. There's a map up in that corner there. Can I? I sure can. I can Control Z my way back into there. Where was I going with all this? Yeah, so they've added in like a fair amount of stuff that was missing from the beginning, as well as, like, you know, really solid quality of life features that that were not present, like the de-gendering, the gender unlocking of basically the entire wardrobe, save a very few specific items. You know, all of the gender customization options, as well as, you know, they added back in pools, they added toddlers, a distinct childhood life stage that is separate from the bassinet-bound infant stage. Let's actually use my book. And, you know, the absence of the color wheel, the absence of creative style has been, you know, like a point of contention from the beginning. It's been a decade, and it's not there. We got, like, the hue slider for makeup, and that's it. I don't think that it's coming at this point. But I do hope that, again, some of that core gameplay improvement does happen now that they have officially said, yeah, no, you're stuck with The Sims 4 at this point. And Deagle, I do remember those days. I'm honestly of two minds about the old open world, right? Because, like, it introduced performance issues, for sure. I mean, like, The Sims 3 was very poorly optimized. It still is very poorly optimized. You know, even running off of an on an NVMe SSD with very modern hardware, The Sims 3 is still not going to run as smoothly as The Sims 4 does. Ooh, no, that's a library. Give me Bookworm. Ooh, no, you know what? Now, does the flight persist? It does, and it does. I honestly think Book of Sin is better. Is better than Book of Belial. Because my, like, my damage is quite good, especially now that I have Bookworm. Double laser circles does seem pretty cool. Double Tech X, don't mind if I do. I do think that, I do think that the open worlds, and let's not forget that if you actually wanted to move from world to world in The Sims 4, that was an enormous loading screen. Let's make no qualms about that. And Deagle, I'll get to Inzoi in a moment because I have thoughts. But, like, the distinct open worlds, yes, I will take car battery, ensured that the individual worlds felt unique, felt special. You felt very rooted to them, because you were, you know. There were a couple of worlds that you could go to without moving there, so you had, Oasis Springs in the future. You had Sims University and University Life. You had the 3 Worlds of World Adventures, and that was kind of it, unless you wanted to move somewhere. But on the flip side, High Priestess, Chariot, Empress, Chariot. Let's go for the High... Yeah, High Priestess. No. We go for the Empress. Because that's our damage boost. Using High Priestess in the mom fight is just a recipe for disaster. Welcome back, Frog Legs. Nice to see you. We're gonna grab the Polaroid. We're gonna try to see credits today, friends. And Matto, I will answer your question about crazy sim deaths in a moment, but I am gonna finish my thoughts on the open world issue, because the downside to that is that you were kind of stuck with the world that you were in, right? You know, a lot of different worlds had stuff that was unique to them unless you placed it manually yourself. So, like, if you had a witch sim living in, you know, Sunset Valley, suddenly you've got to place the very Moonlight Falls themed alchemist shop in Sunset Valley. You know, if you want to have a sim who is in the film career, you have to place that enormous lot from late night. You know, if you want a sim to join, like, the performance careers, the active performance careers from Showtime, you kind of have to live in the world from Showtime, whose name I am forgetting at the moment. Come on, give me something good here. No, okay, that's fine. Whatever. Oh, dear me. You know, my damage is still pretty good overall. And like in my my big 4-hour Sims challenge stream that I did, like there's a point where, like, I decide to go out and do, like, a karaoke outing, and I can do that despite not living in San Myshuno, because I can just open up the world map and just travel there, and it doesn't take any longer than it would to go to any other lot in any other world, and that is cool. That's neat. So the open world, I am not as I'm not as convinced is, like, this super necessary thing to The Sims. But let's see here. And so showing up might make the devs of The Sims try a bit harder to improve games and DLC now that Sims isn't the only big life sim on the market. Here's the thing, right? We have heard this song and dance before. We have heard it about, what do you call it? Paralives, which is not released yet. We heard about Life by You, which was canceled. You know, Inzoi does seem... I mean, like, Inzoi is in some kind of playable state. I mean, in fairness, so was Life by You. But, you know, like, Inzoi... First of all, I don't think the hyper-realistic style works for a game, for like a Sims style game. I think that it's when it gets too realistic, it starts to feel really uncanny. Need to do Team Fortress 2 streams. Good gracious, now. Me in a competitive shooter environment, I would die. And it's not like Fortnite where the matchmaking is just completely borked half the time. No. The lads in Team Fortress 2 would annihilate me. I would get stompled into powder. And the high fidelity graphics of Inzoi also put up this massive hardware barrier that The Sims 4, for all of its flaws, does not have. You know, it might not be the smoothest experience in the world, but you could play that thing on some pretty potato-y hardware, I would imagine, and have an okay time. I mean, Lord knows, one of the, like, foundational principles of The Sims 4 was, hey, The Sims 3 was really poorly optimized. We're going to fix that. It's going to run much, much better. What about the co-op shooter? Want to join the fight for democracy? So yeah, I think that the whatever the supposed good guys in Helldivers 2 are, I don't think they're actually as good as they'd like you to think. Is the thing. So I think that by having, you know, a much more hardware demanding game, I think that the developers of Inzoi are kind of limiting their potential audience. I really think they are. And honestly, again, going back to just like visual style, optimization be damned, I think The Sims 4 kind of has the perfect visual style. I would not have said that at the start. When the game launched, I think that its graphics was a little bit too stylized, a little bit too simplified. You see that with a lot of like the original base game furniture. It's kind of blocky, not too attractive. But I think that The Sims 4 kind of found this perfect happy medium between stylized graphics that still have enough detail that you can, like, very clearly pursue what you're after, you know? So I really, for everyone out there who's like, ooh, the Sims 4 team is going to feel Inzoi breathing down their neck, like, I respect the optimism, but I don't think it's as dire for the Sims team as some people seem to think, if that makes sense. Now, where on earth was I? Oh yeah, the craziest way that I've had a sim die, not a sim of mine actually, but this was when I was doing my initial run through of the content from the University Life expansion. There's an option, there's a series of dares that you can do. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And one of the dares that you can do is dare a sim to divide by 0, and if you do, and I don't know if this happens every time, because I've only did it the once, but it was enough to convince me, there's at least a chance that daring a sim to divide by 0 will cause them to catch fire. And this was a sim that my sim was romantically interested in, and they died because I thought they would put themselves out. And I had to reload the save and do like an entire semester. I think this is Circle of Protection. Yeah, it is. That's a good one. Ace of Hearts. No, don't really need that, but I will go back. Grab this Soul Heart. Is there anything else I want here? Not really. And we're going to ascend to the Cathedral and fight Isaac. And then go to the Golden Chest and fight Blue Baby. I hate when I catch on fire because I tried to divide by 0. Hashtag relatable. Absolutely. You know, I'm over here wondering... Oh, hello. You're an enemy. I wonder if there's, like... I'll bet there's a rebalance mod that I could grab for Discover University. Because, like, I had several issues with Discover University, but the biggest one is how insanely focused you need to be on classes to get anything approaching decent grades. Let's see here. Let's see, yeah. I do not remember what the little rune shard does, so I will not bother picking it up. Oh, Envy. You have chosen the wrong build to go up against. Ned, you're not the only one. It's one of the most hated. It's just, it's unfortunate. And like I remember, LGR did his review of, Discover University and came away quite positive about it. And like, ooh, that's a blue flame that I cannot touch. Oh good, coins that I don't need. And yet I'm sticking around to pick up another one. And like obviously everyone is entitled to their opinion. I've long held like do not call this early morning Isaac when the game under the description clearly says the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Because I'm playing Isaac early in the morning. It's like a cup of existentially terrifying coffee. See, Matto gets it. Matto is with the program. Hello. And Daddy Longlegs over here. People are always like, oh, Daddy Longlegs are completely harmless. Couldn't hurt a fly. I beg to differ. Do you see this nonsense? Y'all seeing this garbage that I'm dealing with? Also, why has Book of Sin not generated a single temporary heart for me? Did they nerf this item? Did they take away my precious temporary hearts? Because if they did, like, I understand it. But I am depressed by that. Because that is, like, half of the reason to go for Book of Sin. I guess that does kind of... It makes the Satanic Bible a little bit more of a valuable item, but still. Oh, sheesh. I mean, here's the good news, is that, like, at least as we're... Oh, no, it's just way rarer, apparently, but it definitely can. Well, that's nice. Okay, never mind. I would not be surprised if they just fiddled with the numbers such that it's way less likely. Because it used to be that, like, you know, it's a 1 in 7 chance of generating, you know, some kind of, you know, any kind of pickup, bomb key, whatever. And then of the heart pickups that it generates, it's a simple, you know, 1 in 3 chance of generating any specific type of heart pickup, if memory serves. So, like, you still have a very decent chance of getting, you know, either soul hearts or black hearts. And it does seem like they have changed that. But that's okay. And I'm still doing fairly well. All things considered. All things considered. Got those keys, why not? Maybe we'll encounter a key beggar. We'll be able to do something useful. No, Matto, I cannot say that I have. Thank goodness. I've never been much one for hats, to be honest with you, so I feel like I would just have to, you know, have to turn him down, and he'd be disappointed, and I'd feel bad about that. You know, it's for the best that we, you know, kind of avoid one another, I think, you know? Me and this hat man of yours. Well, Isaac has definitely benefited, and by Isaac I do mean the boss, has clearly benefited from the increased speed of projectiles. Ugh. I got this one, fellas. I got this one. Ay. Normally this is where we would see credits, but I decided to challenge myself. The good news is that we get lots and lots of... Ooh, we get something to do with all of these gosh darned keys that we've picked up. This. Intensifying tears. Okay. I don't know what intensifying tears does for us here. To be honest with you, I reckon that's okay. We come to the grand climax. The net is focused. Gosh, that's a lot of damage I just took. That's certainly an interpretation that some people have had. With some textual evidence to back that up. Oh boy. Oh, hello, the Fallen. Good to see y'all here. Big fan of no, not the Fallen, the Adversary? Something like that. Got a new monitor and graphics card last night. That's awesome. Oh, well, what'd you get hardware-wise in terms of the graphics card? I know nothing about monitors, but graphics cards I know a little something something. At least on the NVIDIA end of things, that was a hit. I'm not picking up Dead Cat. I'm not doing it. Even for me, that's a bad idea. There goes my eternal heart. I mean, at the end of the day, all monitors are basically mini TVs, aren't they? It's a display like any other. Ooh, fellas. Oh, I might make it yet. What are these hush-looking mofos? Okay, I'll take it. Hearts? No. The lovers. That's hearts. Health down? It's the opposite of what I need right now. Are there any heart pickups that I've missed? No. Okay, Ned, just focus. Don't get distracted by this Wolfenstein 3D ass music. Oh, I got this in the bag. Don't get too confident. Don't get cocky, kid. We stream until we see credits. We stream until we see credits! Woo! We did it! We did the thing. Don't forget to blink and breathe. I can blink and breathe after I win! Sad story of Isaac. The end. We did it. Don't we all feel so happy about these? Whew. Alright. Depression be like... No kidding. Okay, so here's as a not Namu's Boosh, but as a palate cleanser. We're gonna do a little run with Bethany just to continue to familiarize ourselves with how she how good old Bethany works. No, well, No, because that's, ugh. I hate the smelly fire. But it does mean that we can use this thing with just 2 charges. So that's something. Because I don't want to... I want to stream for at least an hour this morning, because I know my last early morning Isaac stream was quite short. Ugh, I hate that. Not a fan of that. Yes, Matto. Indeed it is. Distressing, isn't it? It inflicts a fear effect on affected enemies, if you can believe it. All of my shorts are out of context shorts. It's kind of the point of them. I've taken to seeing them as kind of like a vibe advertisement for the streams. Poor Little Horns have given himself a rough time here, huh? There we go. You like saying weird things out of context. That's what my shorts are! I don't know. I'll look into it. See what I can do. You bunch of weirdos. To satisfy your strange inquests of me. Yeah. Yes, Matto. I getcha. I see what you're saying. Well, I'll look into it. We will see what Ned can do. I'm not falling for it twice in a game. Twice in a row, rather. I'm not picking up the cursed eye. I'm not doing it. It's a bad item. Man, I did not want to lose that flame. I want 3 orbitals. Ding, darn, dang it. It's fine. I'm fine. The Mr. Duke of Flies. Did he lose it to a cat from outer space? Because that's how poor Sam Jackson lost his eye. Binky. Is that Blood of the Martyr? Or, not Blood of the Martyr, but Stigmata, which also works for me. Well, in fairness, Matto, we all do. It's not a good time for any of us. No, because Stigmata is the little cross, and Blood of the Martyr is the Crown of Thorns. Because this game loves its loaded imagery. Dice room. Oh, hello. Flatworm. Which affects my tears, but not the tears from my little flame goobers. Interesting. You know, interestingly, Book of Virtue actually has me using this gross little item way more regularly, because normally it's like, oh, it's a fear effect that lasts all of 2 seconds. No, don't think that has me particularly interested. Dead by Daylight? Maybe. Maybe. I do own it. I own none of the DLC for it, but I do own it. Ugh, I still lost one of my flames. Oh well. Do. And on we march. Maybe Matto. Maybe. Maybe for a, maybe for part of the, my set of October streams. 1 hour mark. Hey! That's what we like to see. Firemind. Ooh. Oh, the flame tier looks cool. I think it's because the tiers are already red, so they look like molten. That's very nifty. We love to see it. And this is perhaps somewhat obviously going to be the only stream for the day, but ya boy is off tomorrow, so that's going to be like at least 2 streams, as well as more time for me to work on shorts, especially now that I know a bunch of the Civ 5 things that I earmarked for shorts probably should be left alone. In fact, I might, like, upload a second short for tomorrow at, like, noon or something. Just to kind of do a double dip. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I'll try to have faith in my Civ 5 shorts. Waiting for more Subnautica. There's going to be more Subnautica, don't you worry. More Subnautica probably... I don't know. Because I don't... I haven't done any RimWorld on stream for a while. Maybe I'll set aside Isaac tomorrow. Maybe I'll set aside Isaac tomorrow, do, like, RimWorld in the morning and then Subnautica in the evening. As for Balatro, we'll see. It's... I'll put it on the docket. For sure. Did I even get my treasure room last level? I don't think so. Because now that, for Subnautica, now that the Seamoth can go down to 900 meters, that should make... And we've got the torpedo launcher. That should all contribute to making... Yeah, I mean... In fairness, Matto, so there's a system of transformations in this game where you get 3 or more items within a particular collection. We actually witnessed the effects of one of them last game. If you pick up 3 books in a run, you get the bookworm transformation. That's why I was sometimes doing double shots with my little laser beam. And there is... if you pick up 3 like mom-related items, you get a transformation called Yes Mother. Temporary Pac-Man. That's interesting. So it does. So, Book of Virtue is basically stapled to you, so to speak. And then you swap it out depending upon what other activated item you carry. It's good to know. Need to go like 2,000 meters. Well, be that as it may, having the 900 meter depth limit on the Seamoth should at least make it easier to get to the disease research facility. And we have the purple tablets I think tucked away in the trunk of the Seamoth itself. And that smells like progress to me, baby. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, in all likelihood, all of these items and stuff are just the products of a dying brain thanks to, like, huffing a combination of black mold and months-old pesticides. This is not a room I need to be in. Oh, and I don't have any more bombs, so I can't get to that heart pickup. What a shame. Oh, I'm including the items in that assessment there, Matto. I truly am. Oop. Oh, and there I go. Well, I think that is as good a time as any to call it a day. Folks, thank you all very much for watching. I am Ned Finn, and until next time, goodbye forever.